makes me think of a football game. Hi
All
guys,
right.
we're just segueing into the back of the stream and to the front of the stream.
Right, right. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
on my
a
regular.
theater with an echo. That's what you sound like.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You don't have to be sorry. I was just wondering if it was intentional or not.
I would say yes to give it like some reverb, but no, it was not intentional.
You still sound like what is it? Someone in the chat, tell me what he sounds like, please.
A really
It's
cool
like
guy. That's what they're saying.
you just changed it. You just switched it. Wait, no, there it is. It's like
Is there an echo?
it's like
Let me check. I have my audio. It's set on my regular the
now
Yeti
it sounds
microphone.
better.
Okay.
Sort of though. When you talk lower, it sort of echoes. Okay, it's fine.
All right. How's this?
Either way,
Okay.
that's great.
All right.
How are you doing tonight, Neil? Thank you so much for
Cold,
being here.
but I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me here.
There is a huge storm on basically the whole eastern side of the country.
Mm-hmm.
How are you faring in your location?
I'm happy that I did not lose power or the internet. So that's the main thing. But there's a
Did
lot
that
of snow
happen?
outside.
Did that happen to a lot of people?
It happens. Yeah, it happens a lot if we get like really heavy snow.
So we were speaking earlier off stream, and you said that you shoveled a lot of snow today. How did that work
Yeah,
out
four
for you?
times, four times. And you were confused why I would shovel the driveway four times, but
I'm still confused, hence my query.
right. So, it's like if it gets to 2 feet, then you have to shovel, this much. But if I shovel every 5 or 6 inches, then it's less to shovel at a time.
Can you say that in a different way?
All right, so I shoveled earlier today when there was like 4 or 5 inches of snow accumulated, so it's not quite as heavy.
So
And not as
you're
deep.
doing things for future Neil, is what I'm hearing, right?
Right. So
if
you
you
do it
shove,
once.
go ahead. Sorry.
So I do it once, and then it snows more. Then I go and shovel it again, and so I had to do that 4 times. If I would have waited till tonight, it would be like 2 feet high, and it would even be hard to open the door.
So you got 2 feet of snow.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. Maybe not quite 2 feet, but it's like I think it's around 18 inches or so. There's a lot. But I did shovel in front of my mailbox, and then the plow guy came and he plowed it all in. So now I'm gonna have to go shovel that all over again.
I'm so confused. Oh, I was like, if you have a plow guy, why are you shoveling? Copy that.
No, the town has the town comes and plows, not my driveway, but the road.
Were you the only person that shoveled 4 times today, or no?
Probably. No, I don't know. I don't know. Most people probably wait till it's all done and just go and shovel it once. But I did it 4 times.
Is that something that you do? Do you get this amount of snow every year? Is that something you do
No, not in years. We used to get a lot of snow when I was a kid, but not in the last like 15 years or so. Usually just a couple inches. Where I don't even really need to shovel at all. We could go build a snowman. We could go sledding.
Can you tell people about your new movie that's coming out, please?
Oh yeah, well so I've got a couple things, but the trailer for Our Man Funk will premiere in February, so I'm very excited about that.
Can you say what is it called? Our Man Funk?
Our Man Funk. Not so
Our Man Funk.
Right. So it's age ploitation. So it's about an 80-year-old vigilante.
Did you just say age ploitation?
Right. So back in the day,
first time I've heard that word.
Yeah, we invented it. So back in the day, there would be like blaxploitation, like Shaft, those kind of movies where it was like the black vigilante. This time, instead of that, it's an old man. So the old man is cleaning up the streets. An old 85-year-old man. And I'm the villain. I'm the main villain in the movie.
Good thing that we're early, because
so I'm battling
I have
an old man.
A lot of questions, which you didn't answer.
Right.
So you just jumped to, okay, so I've never heard of black How do you say it?
Really? Oh, well, that was like a big thing in the 70s, blaxploitation.
Blaxploitation.
Right.
And what's that what's your working definition of this, please?
Blaxploitation. So that would have been like, the movie Shaft
No.
with Richard Roundtree. So it was being the 70s. So it'd be
Lethal
like,
Weapon?
hmm?
That's a joke. Lethal Weapon?
Lethal
I'm kidding.
Weapon. No, that would not be.
There was no blaxploitation in that film.
No. That may,
Okay, can you give me
but Mel Gibson was in Ozploitation movies. Like Mad Max is considered Ozploitation.
what is Ozploitation?
Right, Australian exploitation.
Oh, so Ozzyploitation would be
right.
probably the way you're supposed to say it.
I think they say it Ozploitation.
I'm pretty sure it's Aussie, but go ahead.
I don't think so. But so this movie though, it's about so there's a drug lord played by me. And
you're playing a drug lord?
Yes. I play the drug lord, the like the mafia boss, the mob boss, drug lord. And I control the city with all my punks. And this old retired cop,
But is the city full of old people? Is that where the ageism age exploitation comes in?
No, it's actually young punks, like from the 80s kind of style punks, but it's modern day. And then the old man who's a retired cop, he wants to clean up the city. So he goes and kills all my punks, and then it leads up to me. And then that's the big final showdown is me and Funk.
So where did you define the word or come up with the genre of age exploitation, please?
It's a play off of blaxploitation. Yeah.
Well, copy that. But what does it mean? The old man is doing the hard work is all I heard.
Right. Yeah. So it's centered around an old man. It's like a vigilante film, but like not quite Dirty Harry, but something like that. But the old man he's the hero of the film. I keep saying old man, but he's a friend of mine, Bill Whedon. I hate saying he's an old man, but he is like 85. Maybe
before we shift gears, I'm just going to be a bit cheeky for a second.
Right.
Get it? You're in a movie. What's the name of the movie again?
Our Man Funk.
There you are back in the theater. It's all good. Mm-hmm. But the original question I don't feel was answered. And I guess maybe I don't totally understand black. It's Aussie-ploitation, by the way. My Aussie friend just texted me.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
I think all right. Ta. I believe they say ta instead of thanks.
And I love hearing like the
Have you ever had Marmite? It's not good.
Marmites?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a Vegemite sandwich?
Vegemite, that's what I meant. Marmite, I think, is English, but Vegemite, yeah, Vegemite from Australia. A friend of mine in Australia sent me some many years ago, and I just took a big spoonful of it. And she was like, "No, you're supposed to put like a thin layer on toast." But they didn't come with instructions. So I just took a big. Oh my god, it's bad.
Did you get it? Okay, so I'm very familiar with that. You're distracting the whole situation. We'll get back to ageism. Right. What is it?
It's not ageism. It's an age-ploitation. So it's an exploitation film centered around an old man. So age-ploitation.
We're gonna shelf that topic.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, and when you're ready to discuss it, we're gonna get into it. Let's talk Vegemite, shall we?
All right, yeah. So Vegemite. You know what? That album, that is the first cassette tape that I ever bought. Well, I didn't buy it. My brother bought it for me as a little kid. It was the Men at Work tape with that song on it.
Oh.
Land Down Under.
Start it. Living in a land down under.
Where women.
Women.
Is it? I want to say it can't
be women act like thunder.
I don't think
something. Yeah. Come on, you can play music. You said.
Well, you didn't give me complete power.
Don't make this another like MKE moment. Play the song.
I am completely sober. I'm not going to pass out. I'm not going to unbutton.
You're not going to unbutton your shirt.
It doesn't have buttons, so I can't really. Is the only problem. I'd have to maybe rip it like Hulk Hogan back in the day. I ripped the shirt off.
Living in a down under. Where the women something thunder.
It's not where women blow. It can't be where women. Oh, hold on.
I
You know what?
think it is. It's something either their thighs are
You know,
thunder.
you know why you're hearing me twice? Because
No.
we're still on a phone call. So let me hang up the phone call.
Oh,
That's
why are you calling me all the time?
no. I believe you
I'm
called me.
joking. I'm
All right.
joking.
What was I looking up?
So
I'm
that
gonna
was
look up.
still technically your fault. I'm trying to do the
I
bob
will take the
guy.
blame. I'll take the
Haley said
blame.
I would look good in a bob, so I think it's something like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, it looks nice.
I'm just going off the picture. Thank you. So that doesn't look right. What is the song? Living in a place down under,
I think it's
where the women are thunder.
that's not it. Let's look it up. Now, later on, you'll have to give me full. I don't know, not full access, like I can get your passwords and stuff. But if you give me the higher tier on here, I could just add in the music and stuff.
Oh, I thought I gave you that. I thought
I
that's
thought
what we were
it's all
doing
right.
before.
I
But then
actually tried.
again,
Well, I tried to upload a song as a surprise, but it wouldn't let me do it.
I love
Well,
you, Ryan. Ryan, I
come
love
from the
you. You're
land
on
down
my
under.
channel. You're
It's
so
where
funny.
women glow.
Okay,
Women glow.
can you tell me the lyrics and then
Yeah.
sing it? Obviously,
Yeah. Do you come from? I'm not
you
the
come from a
greatest.
land that's exactly
I'm not-
right.
Yeah, where women glow and men plunder.
Oh, I
Can't you
always
hear that
thought the word
thunder?
was thunder. Men plunder. Can
Right.
you
So the
play it
women glow
without us
and
getting struck or no?
what's that?
Can you play it without us getting struck or
I
no?
mean, I'm not like a magician, so I mean, I can't control if they probably won't strike you. They would probably just say
Mm,
we can't
I
you
tuned
won't
out
get.
when you said you weren't a magician. Okay, sorry, what
I
were you
have been
saying?
to the Magic Castle. Have you ever been to the Magic Castle in out
Yes,
in
I
LA?
have several times.
Huh?
The Magic
Yeah, it's
Castle is
really cool.
amazing. Who did you
Yeah,
go
I was
who invited
yeah,
you?
you have
'Cause
I
you
didn't
can't
know
go
it was
without an
such a
invite.
big deal. Yeah, I didn't know and then they yelled at me because I took a
You
picture
were
and I saw it.
probably, let me guess, you were not
Uh-huh.
dressed right.
No, well, I did have to rent I had to rent shoes and I had to rent a jacket because I had boots and they're like, no, that you can't have that. I'd have
Dude,
like
can you
dress
read this
shoes.
super chat and then we'll get back to this?
All right. Ashley, who do you find more physically attractive? Neil or Stuttering John?
Neil.
Oh, well,
What is
thank you.
this one?
I was just about to leave if it was some Ash, who who has a bigger tool, Stuttering John or Neil? Opinion.
I would guess Neil if I have to answer. So you're the guy that shows up to the Magic Castle, and
Right.
that's why they have the extra jackets and
What?
ties.
Exact
What did
yeah.
you wear? You didn't read the guys, just so if you none of you guys know this, if you don't know, there's a place called the Magic Castle in Los Angeles, and it's a wonderful magical place. And but if you know about magic and you know about magicians, it's a whole thing. Um, you have to be it's black tie basically. Um, and they have like jackets and stuff. But I'm always wondering about people like Neil who wear the jackets because you cannot just go there. It's not like how do you say it, Neil? It's
Yeah, you
private.
have to it's invite only. And I didn't
It's
realize how
somebody
like
that's a member
prestigious it
of
was.
the Magic Castle has to invite you.
Mhm.
Go ahead, you were saying?
Yeah, so I did have the tie and a vest already, but I did not have a jacket. So I had to rent a jacket.
And on
And
the invitations, I'm fucking with him a little. It's all a little bit crazy, to be honest, especially for Los Angeles,
uh-huh.
especially with my Amy. I'm trying to get my Amy Winehouse like upper bun. Um, it's all a bit crazy because you think you're in LA and you're like, whatever, I have an invite, whatever.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
just thought you could just walk in. I don't know.
no. First of all, you cannot go there without an invite. You cannot. There's not a dollar amount you can give them if you don't have a member of the Magic Castle invite you.
Mhm.
Like you can't. They might take $1,000,000, right? I don't know. Oh, you can become a member. That's
Oh,
what you can do.
you can pay to I still think you have to probably be invited. And there are rules. You're not supposed to take photographs inside.
Oh, you're right, because we almost joined my ex-husband and I almost joined, and it was ridiculous. Like it's not what you would think. It was like 1,200 a month to be a member of
Oh
the
wow.
Magic Castle. It was much. I thought it would be like 10 grand, 50 grand. I want you to tell them what it's like on the inside. But
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
but
I'm
w
trying to.
I guess you're right. We were only there because we were invited, which is the only way that we would be allowed to buy a membership. Because I was thinking, what other way can you go to the Magic Castle besides the invite? And then I thought, "Oh, what if you bought a membership?" But I don't
Mm,
think you can just call and buy a
no,
membership or show up.
yeah, I'm sure you have to be connected. You probably have to be invited first, and then if they accept you, then you could buy a membership.
What was
I
your
would assume.
impression about the Magic Castle
I had a great
after
time.
you
The
got
food
your
was great.
jacket and your and whatever you needed?
Yeah, I think I actually, yeah, I got the jacket, and I think I actually went and bought the dress shoes because I didn't want to rent someone else's shoes. So I went and bought new dress shoes, and then yeah, but I did rent the jacket, and it was hot in there, and I was really heavy at the time, so I was. But then you couldn't even, you weren't, you can only take the jacket off when you're eating. Like I couldn't walk around with the jacket over my shoulder. You had to actually wear the jacket inside. So
Look who's here.
you couldn't just have it over your arm.
Oh. Um, I didn't know you were allowed to take your jacket off at all. I was asking
Only
more
when
about
eating, when you're eating dinner.
um I was asking more about what you thought about the actual inside, like
Oh yes.
when you get
So
inside.
I actually was the guy invited me because we were in the it's like the up close room. I think the magic,
There's so
there's like
many
the room.
rooms. So
Yeah,
you guys, it is a castle. It's literally a castle,
I'm
and
trying to
you
find
walk
some
in once
pictures
you get
here.
past security, and if you're Neil, you have to borrow a jacket. I'm just fucking with you, but it's true. Well, my ex-husband, he had like a suit that they said no to.
Oh
And they were
really?
like, "We have jackets and stuff for you." And my ex-husband is very stubborn about his fashion. He's passed away, God bless him. Rest in peace, Patrick. But he goes, "No." And we lived, like, at that time, we were living in the Hollywood Hills, so we're, like, 2 miles. He goes, "No, I'm going home to change." Like, he wouldn't borrow their jacket. I'm like, "You can just put on a jacket, we'll go, it's fine." And he wouldn't do it, and so we went back, and he had to have a whole outfit change. Like, he was so much more feminine than me in a lot of ways. But once we got so it's a proper castle, and so
Mhm.
once we went there a few times. Once we got it, it's like everything's dark, right?
Yeah, it's very dark
There's
in
like
there.
candles, and it's like it feels like you're in the labyrinth, but you literally are in a freaking castle in the middle of Los Angeles that's like super private, and there's like
Yeah,
different
because it's
rooms. Like
not that far from Hollywood Boulevard. It's like
no,
up behind it.
it's actually on Hollywood Boulevard, I believe. It's no, it's not on Hollywood Boulevard. It's the street parallel to Hollywood, right?
Yeah, I think it's
Anyway,
like kind of like in
you
my
could
mind, it's
walk
like
to
behind
Hollywood
it.
Boulevard from
Right.
there. It's yeah, it was equidistant probably from my place in the hills. But like for example, there would be headliners, like or not headliners, like in the big room that you discussed, there's
Mhm.
like this person or that person. I remember like we wanted to see one person, whatever, but every room, which is like 20 different rooms, have people in there doing magic. Like
And
the little rooms, big rooms. So I don't know what room exactly you're talking about.
it was I've no, that's I have a photo that we got yelled at because the girl I was
You
with
can't
took.
take pictures in
I
there.
know she took a picture of a picture of me when we were at dinner, and then I went to take one of her, and they came over and yelled at us. So I didn't get any of her inside, but I
Again,
got
is that
one.
something you missed on the invite, Neil?
No, it's trying to be sneaky. It's like I got mine though, so I was happy. I have my photo in the
I see where you're, but it's a magical experience.
It
But
is, it
talk
is, it
about
is.
the interior, please, as a
Yeah, so
dude
the magic
that
we
makes
saw,
movies.
it was it was I forget the term they used. It was something about like up close magic because it was like card tricks, so you could see them, doing it. And I was the assistant because they picked someone out of the crowd, and the guy picked me to be the assistant.
You probably raised your hand. Let's be real.
No, no, I just
I'm
look
just
really
kidding.
cool. He was like, "Look at this guy.
I could
This
see you
guy
raising
rented
your
the
hand though.
jacket from."
Yeah, exactly. They're like, that dude is in one of our jackets. We already know.
Or maybe I just looked like a big mark.
Did
Like,
you
oh, this
notice
is
anything about the
boring.
walls or the candles or the wood?
This was like 12, 14 years ago, but I just remember it really was a really cool experience. Like I said, it's dark, it's mysterious. They had lots. There's a lot of history there. It's a real famous actor who started it, and he came up with all the rules about you can't
Houdini?
take pictures. And no, it was an actor who it wasn't Houdini. It was an
Can
actor
you
who
look it
started.
up? Who started it? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. It's like a like old school Hollywood guy.
No doubt. I just like some of the things preserved, and like people think like magic and they think like, I pull a quarter out of my ear or whatever. What's the
Right.
basic magic trick, right? Like pick a card, but it's so much deeper than that.
Yeah, and they were telling us like people had died in there, which was really weird.
I Part of me thinks that it's Houdini's old house or one of them, but I know his old house was on Mulholland and Laurel Canyon.
Hmm. Yeah, it's not who I thought. I remember though there was something. There was like a real famous actor who
Can you
maybe he
read
was the one
that
who set up a lot
chat,
of the rules.
please? Can you read that chat? That's your being a what were you? He asked you to come on stage.
Can the gentleman in the sparkling tweed jacket please come up here? I do have a. I can't
No,
find the.
that was the house jacket. They're saying that was the house jacket at the Magic Castle.
So this was me back at the. Um, that's not in the Magic Castle, but that's what I was wearing.
Wait, what? That's when you had your jacket behind you when you were
Yes,
eating.
yes, right.
So you're wearing an orange shirt? Interesting choice.
Red shirt. Yeah.
Red. Okay,
Uh huh.
cool. Well, that's like magic-y. So what did they have you come up and do on stage?
So I was the assistant. They were doing card tricks, so I had to like pick which cards, and then you had to pick like help them out. It was like you pick 5 cards, and he was doing all this stuff. I'm trying to find. I know I have a ton of photos from it, but I can't find them at the moment.
Well, you shouldn't have any. Like he missed the jacket memo.
Here
He
we are.
missed
That's us out. That was us outside before we went in.
you guys can look it up. It's so cool. There's a
No, I only
hotel,
had the one picture from inside because then they yelled at us.
but yeah, because they watch.
Uh huh.
It's like a very sacred place. That's what I'll say.
But yeah, that was cool to be up there and do the up close magic. I forget the technical term for it. And they told us like some like magicians had died in there. I don't know if that's something they tell you to make it sound even cooler, but Houdini's house is gone no more.
That's
Be
really
here at the
sad. I
show.
know that
Yeah.
it existed and I've seen it. It was on Mulholland and Laurel Canyon. And it existed 7, 8 years ago. So I don't know when they destroyed it. All right, guys, we are going to switch gears to a more serious conversation for the record. What did he say?
I said
sorry.
earlier that
I
Neil
have
and
all these
Ashley are a
lights
couple.
on me.
You're the star. I called
What
it
does
like
it say?
OJ and who? Who's OJ?
I said earlier what?
I said earlier that Neil and Ashley are a couple. I called it like OJ and ...
We're doing a Halloween show, unless I like miss
Halloween.
not Halloween.
What's that supposed to mean?
Mm.
Oh, look,
Oh
I
my
gotta put
God.
this up here in the background. Look, there's
A Valentine's Day.
pick that up at the
Okay.
Dollar Tree. Yeah.
But I thought you might have booted me from that. You messaged me. Anyway, we can talk about that
What?
later. Yes, on the 14th of February,
Mm-hmm.
um, Without Your Head Whore, WHORE. I'll be on Neil's channel.
Right.
That's what it's called. That's your channel, right?
Yeah, the horse. I do when I say it, it does because there's been a few times like I've been at a convention and like the Uber guy whatever is like, oh, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I'm at a horror convention. And they're like, what? I was like, oh, horror.
I mean, isn't that a thing? Like, the thing is like
Is a horror convention a thing?
how,
I don't know. It's not really my deal.
how long have you been making horror films?
Not that long. I started 6 years ago, I
But
think.
you've been into whores your whole life.
I have been, yes, yeah, yeah. But I've been involved in stuff. I used to host panels at conventions, and I've been doing the show for 21 years.
Isn't that a thing though? Like, isn't that a thing? Like, I don't talk about horror that much because I'm not a fan of whores
Yeah,
or horror.
I'm a fan of both. No, I don't know.
I am I'm a fan of whores, not horror.
Oh, okay,
Um,
all right. Well, we can go to a horror convention instead.
a horror convention. We might have to
Uh-huh.
start it by ourselves. Um, but it's so funny, especially like people from different countries. It's like horror. I mean, do you think that was intentional at one point? Actually, now that I think about it, like horror sounds like horror.
I don't
Like,
think
are you
so.
good
I
with
mean, they do
accents?
sound
Are you
alike.
good with accents?
Not really, no.
No, you can't do an
No.
English one?
No.
Can you do any?
I'd have to not on the fly like this, no.
Can
I'd
you read the
I'd have to
super
listen
chat
to
at
one.
least?
What's that?
Can you read the super chat at least?
Yeah, yeah. Ash,
Thank you.
Pat Dixon says Keanu Thompson blew a bouncer to get a spot at a comedy club. Do you believe Pat?
I don't know and I don't care. Horror just sounds like horror. Like, period. Okay, we're gonna switch gears to
We're gonna get off the whores now.
we're gonna move from horror to horror.
All right.
Just kidding. Someone will get that. There is a joke in there. So we're gonna. There's a man called Fried. I can't believe it. So funny. Like just being in the YouTube world, it's so funny.
By the
There's a
way, I
man.
don't just watch horror movies. I watch all sorts of movies.
So it's not just whores.
Mm-mm. No.
You're into
Variety's the
other
spice of life.
genres.
Yeah, because I didn't know you were a Labyrinth fan. I'm a fan of Labyrinth.
Yeah. When you wrote me about that, I was like, why is that surprising?
No, it's just cool. I don't know. I just didn't know. I don't know. I just thought you just
Why do
watched
I
like
not
romantic
peg you as
comedies.
a labyrinth girl? I don't get it.
No, that was a good thing. You it raised you up in my book.
You
Like,
like all the puppets in there, don't
I
you?
do like puppets. Yeah.
Do you have any puppets available?
Just my main guy, just Master Zog, Master Zog is going to make his Master Zog is a guest at Banquet of the Dying Daylight this Saturday in Worcester. And I guess that means
Banquet of the Dying Daylight?
Yes.
Do I even want to know what this is about?
It's like a Ren fair kind of deal. So it's like everyone's
Like
got
a
to dress
Renaissance fair?
right. So everyone's got to dress as like wizards and whatnot. And Master Zog is a guest.
And what will you be dressed as?
I don't know. I have to figure that out by then.
You have to figure it out by this weekend?
Yeah, by Saturday.
Someone doesn't plan very far in advance, do they?
I'll
But I
probably
bet
wear
you
like
have a lot of costumes to pick from. Am I right or am I wrong?
No, not really that fit the honestly, probably the only one that fits that is I have like a wizard's robe.
You don't have any furry outfits?
I used to have a like a poet shirt, but that's back when I wore like 4X shirts, so it's way too big now.
Can you read this last super chat? Oh my gosh, I love you. I love you. I love you. Ash, who has a bigger tool? Oh, I thought you were someone else. This is the same question.
Yeah, yeah. I like it though. I like your answer.
What can you read this one, please?
Yeah, this is a penis wrinkle -1 $4.99. Ash, your sister said you're an heroin addict. Did you shoot up or was it that sweet fent? Wow.
Okay, so that's a perfect segue. Thank you so much. We're going to switch over. So we came here a little bit early from when I scheduled this stream. Thank you all for being here. And thank you for the questions and thank you for the super chats. We're going to move on to a man that I cried 3 or 4 times watching this. I don't know him. Shout out to Fried Plantain Comedy. Do you have the ability to write that in the chat?
I do. I have the ability to write. Oh,
excellent.
no, you know what? I don't have the ability to put it in the chat. I don't think I have that
put
power.
It in the chat. So his channel is
now I feel like a fool. I was making fun of you like I have the ability to type and I actually don't.
I was making fun of you more and you didn't even notice it. Don't worry. Fried Plantain Comedy. Please go like and subscribe his channel. This guy, I've never met him. I tried to find you on Twitter. If you ever see this, sir, God bless you. I wanted to message him. Thank you. I did message on the video that we're going to play for you. And this is going to be my sign to Neil when I need to talk. Raising my
You're
hand
gonna
in
raise your
class.
hand. This will be
Like,
the sign. Hey, dumbass, pause it.
well, no, I mean, I just don't want to fuck the audio up. And
I
he
know.
said this so perfectly. There's a lot of things, guys, because this stuff spans back so far. So there's a lot of things that I don't even have words for. And then there's a lot of things that I don't want to say. Like, even though, like, my wish and my hope and my dream is that my sister and I can have an amicable separation and go our separate ways. And I hate that any of this is public, but unfortunately, it's all she responds to. And it was part of our last lawsuit that there's a certain amount of money that I would be paid a month not to speak about her publicly. And these are facts. And I want everyone to know something about this video that we're going to watch and about every word I say and about anything that Neil says. You're legally allowed to have your own opinion. You are legally allowed to have your own opinion as well. Facts are not defamation. This guy is the first guy that sort of, I don't even know, like, my eyes are gonna water. Like, he's an angel. He saw something. Like, you guys have seen me go nuts on Twitter and embarrass myself on YouTube and a litany of other things, but he captured it. And the last attorney that I spoke to was like, this is a package situation because it's complicated and people, not to say too much, but in my opinion, people that operate like my sister make it complicated so that when you explain something, it comes out all complicated. But this guy saw through so much. And so we're gonna comment in the middle. We'll read super chats or whatever, but like I want to say thank you at it sounds silly to say, but all due respect at Fried Plantain. Is it with an S or not an S, Neil? Fried Plantain, singular or plural?
I think it's a singular plantain. Yeah, plantain. Just
It's
fried
just one
plantain.
plantain. Fried Plantain Comedy. I'd never heard of his channel. Please go like and subscribe. Mad respect to him. And do you have any questions? I mean, have you seen this or no?
I haven't watched it. I was debating if I should watch it beforehand or watch it for the first time with you.
Actually, I think it's cool that you didn't watch it. I'm sure most people here haven't seen it. And thank you guys all for being here. It's going to be a little bit of an emotional roller coaster, but it's also I cannot over emphasize how perfectly this guy captured what's happening because people are like, "Oh, you're the crazy drug addict sister. La la la. You just want Whitney's money. Blah 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 blah. Whatever bullshit. I don't care." This guy saw it and he spoke it. And a lot of times I defend the wrong things or I speak about the wrong things or I'm doing this from gut instinct, guys, you know? And a lot of you guys have been here for a long time. People like, what's up, Past? People like Angela, people like Ryan. Thank you, Steve Miwa. People like a lot of, what's up, Rudy? Like a lot of you guys have seen a lot for years and years and years. But a lot of you guys don't know shit about this. And you're just like, why the fuck should I give a shit? And I'm not asking you to give a shit, but I'm just going to say before I move forward with the official court of opinion that I'm being guided through intuition, but also some amazing people. Like I want to play this. I feel like I have to. Okay. Take it away, sir.
All right, here we go.
Volume.
Fried plantain.
Before we get into this, I want to be clear. This is an ongoing and extremely sensitive family dispute. Everything discussed here comes from public statements made by Ashley Cummings and a third-party witness in an interview. These are allegations, not proven facts in court. I'm not here to declare guilt or innocence. I'm here to analyze what's being said, why it's resonating, and what it reveals about family dynamics, power, and modern ideas of boundaries and self-preservation. The latest fallout between Ashley Cummings and her sister Whitney Cummings feels less like internet drama and more like a slow burn family implosion finally spilling into public view. This isn't a petty sibling spat over jealousy or spotlight. What Ashley is alleging stretches across more than a decade. Money, caregiving, control, public reputation, and ultimately, who carried the emotional weight of their parents' final years. And the part that makes this especially uncomfortable is that it doesn't feel sudden. If you've watched Whitney's public career over the years, there's been a gradual emotional distancing from anything that ties her back to family vulnerability. Whether intentional or subconscious, it looks like someone who's been trying to separate, psychologically, financially, and socially, for a long time. Ashley's first video lays out a sweeping set of accusations. She claims a pattern going back 13 years where she feels financially sidelined, professionally undermined, and emotionally abandoned.
I'm going to be talking about some difficult topics for me. I hate this part. Excuse me. I hate this part. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate really anything, but I mean, I feel like if I would have known a dude so on point was watching this, I would have like written everything down perfectly. So in advance, I want to apologize for not being super articulate here.
But you're just you're just speaking from the heart here.
Oh, come on, play it. You
This
stopped
evening-
it at the worst place. Regarding my sister, I want to again say that I wish none of this was live. I wish none of this was something I had to speak about in a public forum. I wish there would have been. Sorry, that was a fake hand wave.
I wasn't sure either. I thought maybe it would like you were pumping your fist or
Can
something.
you just read that though, because I love
All
it.
Pass. Doom saves lives. T-shirt in the works. All right, very
Yay.
cool. By the way, if you would like Ashley shirts on Amazon, I could help with that. All right, here we go.
So many different things, and I'll take accountability. I could have done things differently. I think we can all say that. But for 13 years, things have been very, how do I say it? Well, I'll quote my sister. That's a better way to do this. I'll quote my sister verbatim in 2023. My sister said, Ashley, I'm not helping you. I'm not helping you. I am repairing damage to your life. I just realized we're literally watching a Doom clip that Fried Plantains found, which I think is adorable. I love you, Doom. Waiting for the next recipe. Thank you, Neil.
All right, back here. Hello, Doom.
Life that I was an active participant of. Ashley, I'm not helping you. I am repairing damage to your life that I was an active participant in. Those were me. I don't know if there are, since we were little, there's anything I've been more proud of my sister that she said. Besides that, hi Haley, I love you. So I'm trying to do this. I don't know. I'm just going by gut instinct, straight up. But I'm trying to not say too much. There's a lot, guys. There's a lot more than the embarrassing stuff I put on Twitter where I sort of leave clues and facts. There's so much, but I hope that it doesn't. I hope it gets to the point where that tonight is the last time I speak about her. That would be dreamy for me, quite frankly.
The centerpiece of the financial dispute revolves around $1 million condo in Georgetown that belonged to their mother and was left equally to both sisters. Ashley says the property was sold years ago, but
so I want to say that was just the first thing. The Georgetown condo is something I didn't even remember until, like, I don't know, I brought it up like 2 years ago. To clear everyone's questions, it was sold while my mother was alive. Thank you. Do you have anything to say at this point, Neil?
No, well, I will comment when we get a little bit in here. And hello, Rudy Bega.
I love your songs. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and the yoga video is a lot of fun.
she never received her half of the proceeds. She says Whitney told her the money went toward their mother's medical care, yet Ashley claims their father's medical bills went unpaid, forcing him to be moved from facilities multiple times.
Again, for 13 years, I have tried to settle this with her privately. The only time she ever responds or is interested is when something is public. So this is not my choice. This is what my sister responds to. I wish it could be different. I cannot overemphasize this. So the number one was mom's condo. We're not necessarily going in chronological order, by the way. Number one, I covered on Twitter. My mother had a $1 million condo that was left to both of us equally. And it was sold in 2012, I believe, 3040 and a half R Street. And I've asked her several times. So again, this is chronological. We can tie in number one and number two with something else. I mean, number one and another, like there were concurrent. There is so much, guys, and I pray I don't have to say most of it. But when I'm thinking in my head, like I don't know if it's called introvert, extrovert. Usually when I think better, like when I teach classes, like I'm on. When I do lives, like I'm on. So when I say something and I'm live, it's like, okay, they're not chronological, but there are so many concurrent things. But if we want to talk about the first real thing that was a huge amount of something that was stolen, it would be my mom's condo in Georgetown.
When was that? Like what like year?
When my mom's stroke was in June 16, 2011, and then I moved to, I was, that gets into a different thing that I don't want to derail us with too much. So that was concurrent with something else, and the condo was sold in September, October of 2012. Events, but this is an easy one. So the attorney that I speak to says I can speak anything. Facts are not defamation. If my sister used every penny from the sale of that $1 million condo left to both of us on medical bills for my mother, then she can prove that. And that is the only argument she can have. My mother's medical bills were not often paid. My father's medical bills were literally not paid. I had to move my father for non-payment 3 different times from different hospitals and nursing homes, usually with no warning. I would just show up. Like I went there 38 times in 2 years. I'd show up and they'd be like, okay, I literally one time chased an Uber driver. Like, hey, can you come back? The Uber driver took me from the airport to the nursing home, and they're like, so I want to say this because this is something that stumbled out. It's very difficult for me to talk about this stuff sometimes, and that's why I love this guy, because he like literally saw through my, and a lot of you guys, Sonar Beep Beep, have seen like, so I want to explain this. Getting dropped off, thinking I'm just going to take my dad to spend a couple days with my dad, take him to doctors, appointments or whatever, and literally getting dropped off by an Uber to find out, and I don't have a car. I'm not renting a car when I'm going there. And I would have if I knew that I was moving my dad from one facility to another, right? But literally walk in and they have my dad's shit there. My dad's scared. And I literally had to chase the Uber lady, like running like, yo, can I give you $100 for the day to help me move my dad? So I just want to make sure that was clear. Packing, like some of the staff is packing up. My dad had like artwork. And I'm like, not one Cummings could be like, yo, Ash, by the way, when you're going down there for the 15th, 20th time at this point, like a year in, you're going to be moving dad from one facility to another due to non-payment.
Ashley also says the family cannot locate their mother's will, despite Ashley witnessing her mother express final wishes in a nursing home. That alone creates a fog of mistrust that doesn't easily go away. Then there's the caregiving side, which Ashley speaks about with a kind of exhausted pride. She says she managed the physical and emotional labor of caring for both parents through illness and decline, often feeling completely alone in it. One of the most painful allegations she makes is that there was a funeral held for their father without her knowledge. A secret goodbye she says she was excluded from entirely.
Always stand up for yourself. There were years that I just kind of dopily, like naively was like, oh, the check will come in the mail any day, or you know, she's gonna call me, she's gonna apologize, you know, don't wait for that. Definitely after you've stopped your life twice for both parents and no one else was there and no bills were paid. Just the lies, like that part. It's like that bothers me. I mean, I don't like liars anyway, but what I did was important. And I thought that at least one Cummings would be there at the end. I'll just throw in number 3. They had a secret funeral for my father without me.
Professionally, Ashley claims Whitney interfered with her ability to build an independent life. She says Whitney pressured her to abandon a yoga studio she had built in Florida and relocate to California, then later discouraged people from supporting Ashley's studio and even hired Ashley's staff away to tour with her. Ashley
Can
also
you pause
alleges
there?
that Whitney has publicly labeled her as
Thank you so much. So, sorry, one of my family members messaged me. Not, so I had opened another studio once I'm forced to move to LA, basically, like literally. And I opened a new studio, not with any help from my sister, through my own stuff. Like it was a miracle, really. And my desk girl, who was also in teacher training, I mean, everyone in LA is like a lot of people, not me, are like yoga teacher plus like aspiring comedian, expiring is a better way to say, aspiring actress, blah 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 blah. She hires my desk girl to go to Comedy Store La Jolla with her, and her name was Stephanie. I can just say that Stephanie Sambari, and I was like, "You're going with my." And I'm telling you, like, she wasn't like an upcoming, you know, Nikki Glazer or anything like this. It was a move. Please continue. Thank you. But also, like, what? Thank you. Sorry.
No worries.
crazy or a drug addict on large platforms going back years, damaging her reputation and isolating her socially.
So, again, I want to circle back to the beginning of the video. I don't like this. I wish this wasn't happening. I am not. So there's two sides to this coin. I've been publicly embarrassed and shamed and sort of put in a box by my sister for 13 years. So I can't really get embarrassed more than all the lies that she said about me and our family. So there is that part of the coin. But then there's also some sort of visceral, like, self-respect. So I've been waiting because, again, back to me always wanting to be the best big sister that I could be, back to waiting for 13 years for my sister to do the right thing. I vacillated between, why does she hate me? Like, what have I done so terrible? What is so terrible about me? Things like this. I've said before, I felt like I had like a question mark of shame on my heart. I didn't know, but I thought it had to be me, right? And then just seeing over and over the patterns and then the behavior and the stuff that happened when our parents got sick. And now it's like, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm not waiting anymore for our parents' dying wishes to be fulfilled. I don't think I could be embarrassed more, mostly because of my sister on global microphones calling me a drug addict starting in 2011, calling me a drug addict, calling me crazy. I mean, the worst really was telling people not to come to my yoga studio, hiring people that worked at my yoga studio to go on tour with her. Weird move. That's also an interruption of business, or intentional interruption of business, false imprisonment. I mean, there's just a lot.
Ashley even recounts an incident involving Whitney's mansion roof. According to Ashley, a contractor initially failed to fix the problem at a massive cost. Ashley says her close friend, a professional contractor, stepped in and repaired the roof at a drastically reduced cost as a kind of contribution on Ashley's behalf. Despite the savings, Ashley claims Whitney later accused her of overpaying that contractor anyway. Whether that's true or not, the emotional undertone is clear. Ashley feels constantly minimized, mistrusted, and financially controlled. She also alleges that gifts like a Range Rover or horses were kept in Whitney's name rather than hers, making them conditional and retractable rather than true support.
The other coin of this is, for some strange reason, and being a little playful here, if you don't mind, she only responds to public stuff. I have been texting her privately for 2 years. I had an attorney that had the best angle, and we were in an active lawsuit in 2022 before my mom got sick. And she had me drop that. So then after she dumped me again, gives me a Range Rover, gives me horses, all the sparkly things. I'm so naive. None of these things were in my name. So when she takes them all away, it's just me with like a broken heart, feeling abandoned and confused for the third time in my life, when she literally demands that I turn my will and my life over to her and demands that I trust her. So these aren't questions. These are demands, just to be very, very clear. And maybe number 3 will be Venice. I already have 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 right here. But I hate that this is public. I wish that this was settled a long time ago. I wish what was right would be have been done. I wish I didn't have to publicly ask for our parents' dying wishes to be fulfilled. I wish a lot of this didn't have to happen. I wish none of the things happened that I'm speaking to you about. But I also want to say, if somebody takes from you, and like, I don't want my eyes to water, but it's more than money, because you don't get to get time back. You know what I'm saying? So I take accountability for not doing this sooner, or not getting more aggressive sooner. But again, so after I realized she wasn't going to do the right thing, say 8, 9 months ago, I started working with another attorney, again, on contingency. Attorneys are very expensive.
Again, these are allegations, but they paint a picture of two sisters living in very different emotional worlds. Which brings us to the bigger question. Why does it feel like Whitney has been trying to distance herself from Ashley for years? One possibility is the most basic sibling dynamic. Success creates imbalance. When one sibling becomes wildly successful, wealthy, powerful, and public, the other can unintentionally feel like dead weight or liability. That tension can quietly turn into resentment or avoidance. Separation becomes a way to protect identity and momentum. Another possibility relates to influence and risk. Ashley references allegations that Whitney has framed her as unstable or tied to past substance issues. Whether fair or not, celebrities often become hyperprotective of their brand. Anyone perceived as unpredictable can feel like a threat to carefully managed public narratives. Cutting people off becomes a form of risk management rather than emotional cruelty, at least from the perspective of the person in power. And then there's the modern mental health framing that's everywhere now, cutting off toxic relationships for self-preservation. Millennials and Gen Z are constantly told that boundaries matter more than blood, that peace is more important than obligation, that you owe nobody access to your life if they disrupt your mental health. That philosophy can be empowering, but it can also become emotionally sterilizing if applied without nuance. Family relationships aren't clean. They're messy, complicated, inconvenient, and often painful. When everything becomes framed as protecting my peace, sometimes responsibility quietly disappears along with conflict. What makes this case especially uncomfortable is that power imbalance matters. When one sibling controls money, visibility, and social influence, boundaries don't land neutrally. They land like abandonment to the person without leverage. At the same time, none of us are inside Whitney's mind. We don't know her private emotional limits, fears, or experiences. We don't know what she believes she's protecting herself from. We only know what's being alleged publicly and how painful those allegations sound when spoken by someone who feels unheard for over a decade. This situation doesn't really have heroes. It has wounded people, unresolved grief, power imbalance, and years of silence finally exploding into public accusation. It also reflects something broader about modern relationships, how quickly family bonds can fracture once money, fame, therapy language, and personal branding enter the picture. The uncomfortable truth is that success doesn't automatically make people kinder, more patient, or more emotionally available. Sometimes it makes them more insulated, more guarded, more transactional without realizing it. And the saddest part of all of this isn't the money or the legal drama. It's the possibility that two sisters who once promised their dying mother they would protect each other may never reconcile. Not because one argument went wrong, but because years of emotional distance hardened into permanent separation. Whatever the truth ends up being, this isn't just celebrity gossip. It's a cautionary story about what happens when power shifts inside families, when boundaries replace responsibility, and when silence lasts too long. Sometimes the real tragedy isn't the fight, it's how long it took for anyone to finally speak.
File your taxes 100% free in the app. If you didn't file,
What did you think of that? That's the first time you saw it. So
Yeah, there's a lot of questions there. When you watch that and he talks about, at the end, like trying to come up with some, theories like that she wanted to separate from you for her public like appearance. Had she ever brought up anything like that to you? And even hearing that, like, well, how does that make you feel?
I think there's definitely an element in Hollywood, like when we reunited, whatever we call it, when we come back together, I
Mhm.
felt like, is Hollywood going to allow us to be sisters? Like I felt like we were under some sort of weird kind of surveillance, like because I am a wild, not only because of what she said, whether her publicist told her to say it or not, starting with the Howard Stern appearance in 2012. I just kind of felt like, are we allowed to be sisters? So I feel like there is a certain level of influence that's like Ashley's a wild card, or but uh, to be honest with you, no. I mean, we didn't discuss that ever. Um, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There is a level of control over people like my sister, though, and there's people that come in and they do things. I don't want to say too much here, but like things are coordinated and orchestrated, if you will.
And you said that like she likes to do stuff publicly, and you contacted her for years without really getting like a response. Did she respond at all, or was it just she didn't
Once I
respond?
once I literally tweeted something. I don't even know what it was, like a picture or something. And we'd been texting, like, but she would just like random. We ran into each other in an airport a year ago. Whatever. There's a lot of stuff, but um, as far as I knew, we were on a talking break. That's what we call it, talking breaks. But after like the last time, she's not allowed to speak derogatorily about me like she did for 12 years. We made these agreements, and I'm not speaking anything too private about her. I'm only telling facts and trying to establish a pattern of behavior here, um, in the most clear, concise way that I can. Um, but no, what was your question? Did she ever ask me what?
Well, you said that she wanted this stuff. She only like replies when stuff's like public, but
Oh, so there were random like back and forth. Like I kept saying, "Can we please do this out of court?"
Mhm.
And "Can we please settle out of court?" Da 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 da. Because I had a student that had lunch with my sister like 8 months ago, and she was like, "Yeah, Ashley, Whitney said this is 8 months ago. Whitney
Mhm.
said that you're a drug addict and your life is a mess." And I was like, I was upset, like, because I wasn't speaking ill about her at this time. I thought we had like that agreement, but the fact that she's just chilling and having lunch with somebody who's my yoga student, and my yoga student knows my sister, you know, they
Mhm.
work together. It's a business thing. But she's like, "Yeah, Ashley, it was embarrassing because your sister was on drugs. I don't know what drugs she was on, but it was not weed." And when she said that, like, because I said to her, you know, "How's Ash doing?" And and your sister was like, like on whatever drug she's on. My sister's life is a mess and she's a drug addict, something to this effect. And that just made me so upset for so many reasons that I hope do not have to come out. But that started me like, that started the whole, like, for the first time in my 44 years of being alive, or 43 when I met her, because we're 12 months apart, the first time I didn't have this, like, I usually say this for dudes. I'm like, if you fuck with me, there's gonna be one point where my heart won't go back, and it won't be like my cognizant choice. I just literally won't be able to do it.
Yeah, like a
Like,
breaking
and
point.
I never know when it's gonna happen because I'm so naive. Like, I'm loyal to a fault. But that was, and I never had a scratch. Like, I mean, my sister's done so much s- horrible things to my parents, to myself, to our lives, to a lot of things, to people around my parents. Like, on and on and on and on. For some reason, that scratch, that strike that she didn't even know she made and had no idea would come back to me, that she's currently, or as of 8 months ago, saying that I'm a drug addict and my life is a mess. And like, just, but while she's on drugs, which this woman was like, and she's a woman that works in Hollywood, whatever. She was like, actually, it was not weed. I don't know what it was. It wasn't Adderall. It was like she's like, I couldn't even understand. Like, so that struck this like part in my heart that's like I can't wait for her anymore. I can't, you know what I mean? Like, there's whatever loyalties I had to her on like a visceral level, I don't wish bad on her. I wish peace on her. I pray for my nephew and stuff, but I'm done with her.
And what do you think because
Oh, the
as far as
public
I
thing,
know,
that's
she
what
had
you asked, the public thing. She started tweeting back to me,
Mhm.
like, 2 months ago, and now she responds to my text when I text her, but it's just very, what's the word? Like, one of the things she said, "You wanna be famous." I said, I have never wanted to be famous." Like, on Hondo's life, I've never wanted to be famous, and I never will be, by the way, and I don't wanna be. But I'm like, "What?" And then I talked to the girl that I spoke to. She goes, "Ashley, she said something similar to a friend of mine that she got into a fight with." So Whitney burns bridges a lot, from what I understand from people that have spent time with her in working relationships, in friendships, etc. Um, but to continue to do drugs and show up at places where we have mutual, like, I teach a lot of people that she works with, and then it's gonna come out. Do you like it? Like, I'm not embarrassed because I know this student for a long time, but it's more embarrassing for my sister. And it's like, if she's saying that to that person who she knows I work with, who else is she saying that to? So yes,
Right,
I
right.
wish none of this was public, but it is what, and she demanded a court of opinion. My sister doesn't know how things work really,
Well, yeah,
but
if that goes, if she says that to other people, then they just, oh yeah, that's your, your addicted sister, so we understand why you don't want to have something to do with her.
well, that's what she's been doing for a long time, for 13 years. I'm the burden, I'm the problem. Meanwhile, she's gonna lie about our family, lie about me to make herself more relevant, to make herself the victim, to carry on this like whole persona that is just not true. And now everyone's seeing it, and it's unfortunate that this is the way that she's chosen to do things, because I could have been happy and quiet and out of California and very happily years and years and years ago. But other than that, what did you think was, like, what did you take away from that film or video?
Yeah, well, it's also, what do you think her motive is? Like, is
Motive
it
for what?
just uh
Control is everything, but motive for what?
for not giving you when they sold the condo, like not giving
So
you
that is
half.
that's something that I haven't thought about in ages. That's like the first thing, guys, and it's like I hate to say this, it's kind of a little thing. What was her motive to not give me half of the
Yeah.
proceeds then?
Hmm.
Quote unquote, well, she says that she had to spend that money. Let's keep in all of this in context. She's worth $35 million publicly.
Right.
She
That's why I
said
was
that she
asking. Yeah.
needed that, and she sold my mom's condo for half. It was valued at 1 million at this time. And she was alive. My mom's active will said it goes to Ashley and Whitney 50-50.
Mhm.
And I remember seeing that myself with my own eyes. My mom always was on point with just stuff like this. And I remember Whitney was like, "Ugh, mom's condo's not selling." And I'd moved to LA. We'd go to mom, and mom is like had a stroke like 6 months ago, so we go every Sunday to her new assisted living like place, and I go in the week. But she's like, mom's condo's just not selling, and I didn't want to come to LA. Like, she asked me to come and take care of mom, to take care of she asked me to go to a rehab for 30 days. That's a whole different video that we can do together if you want. I think it's better when I talk about it and there's another person to bounce it off of.
Sure.
But it wasn't even a rehab. It was a unlicensed, that's when I mentioned false imprisonment. It was an unlicensed place situation that wasn't even licensed to give us Advil. Okay. And that was the least of the things that happened there. Um, Sorry, can you circle me back to where we were? Oh, the
Well,
condo.
that
So she's
yeah,
like, and I was thinking to myself, you picked me up from Miami. You've demanded I give up my business. You've demanded I give up my apartment, which I was finally, for the first time, financially solvent. I was paying for my studio. I was paying for my apartment. And I'm like 29. And I was really proud of myself. And she plucks me from there, drops me in this unlicensed, illegal situation where people were getting raped by the owners. There's lots of lawsuits. I put a bunch of them on Twitter if you're interested. And yeah, really, really bad things happened to me there. And so when she was going over the condo stuff, she was like, "It's just not selling." I was like, "Didn't you just put it on the market like a month ago?" And I'm still like, there's a lot going on. My mom had just had a stroke. I had moved from Miami, given up my business, my will in my life, if you will, to my sister. I'm in a new place. So selling mom's condo didn't make a ton of sense to me. But I was just like, again, when I'm around my sister, and I also want to emphasize the way that she is, like in my experience, it's not questions. It's not will you. It's like, this is what's happening, and I'm da 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 and da 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 da. And she has all these plans, and then she forgets the plans. And it's like, but it took me a while because forever I just wanted to be my sister's sister. Um, Still do in a Down syndrome sort of way, if you will. No offense to anyone with Down syndrome. But when and it was like that, so we'd go every Sunday together. And like the next Sunday, she's like, "Ugh, finally got rid of it." She sold it for like 500,000. I was like, didn't you like again put it up like 2 weeks ago? I didn't understand the rush in selling mom's condo. But I remember saying, like, Whit, I could live there because I didn't have a place.
right,
And
right.
one of the things that was very important that my mom used to say and was on the will is that so neither of you would never have a home. Like, and she was so proud of it because it was paid off, everything. And I was like, but wait, I could go back to DC. Like, I could go live in mom's condo and teach yoga and start a new thing in DC. Like,
Mhm. Yeah, that's why I asked, is like, because I know she's worth a lot of money, so the condo, either half the money or it means more financially for you, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
can you read
So
that, please?
yeah, user DX. She should have hired a nurse and had her in her own home. She had the money.
First of all, not only, I want to make something very clear. It would have been cheaper to have my mom in Whitney's west wing of her mansion because you would only have to have had the caretaker, and insurance would have taken care of that. My sister chose to put her in $6,000 to $8,000 base rent uh, nursing homes that my mom was miserable in, and sat and stared at the wall and just declined. Like, and at one point I asked Whitney, let me get a house with mom. We can run a house together. And a nurse, again, it would have been like nothing. A nurse would come like 3 times a day. Like as my mom was in a wheelchair for like 12 years, like as it got worse, the left side of her body was paralyzed. Like people had to help her go to the bathroom and things like this, but it would have been cheaper. And mom and I would be with mom all the time. She wouldn't be alone staring at the wall. Like she didn't like watching TV. Whitney, like one time I went there and because Whitney and I wouldn't go at the same times, like at certain points. And I went there and Whitney had brought this huge TV. Like, I'm sorry, mom has never watched a movie or even a full TV show with us. Like she moves around, she gets busy. She's not a TV person. She'll have the news on in the background, stuff like that. The whole wall of my mom's studio place at this assisted living was a TV. And I walked in, and I was like, "What's up, mom?" And she was like, she moved all my art because my mom liked to look at her art that was there in front of her that she liked. And my mom doesn't turn on the TV. And I was just like, nice TV. And she was like, just like rolled her eyes, like, and like, I think somewhere in my sister's heart, she was like, oh, this is going to fix the problem. But it was always like, Whitney does things that she thinks is going to put a band-aid or fix a problem. No, mom's still staring at the ceiling, like 30 miles away or 15 miles away from me. You don't go see her enough. She's mostly just alone. She doesn't have a lot of friends there, and it's fucking sad. Can you read the wait, sorry. Give me
Yeah.
any more feedback about the video before you read something, please.
Yeah. So did you just come around? Did you know that person who made the video at all, Fried Plantain, or did they?
No, I tried to find him. I said that in the beginning. Big ups to that dude. I appreciate you. I did comment on his video and he pinned it and he said, take care of yourself. He just seems like a good human being. Like, God bless him. But no, I've never spoken to him. I've never heard of him. Everyone go subscribe to Fried Plantain Plural Comedy.
And are you? I don't know if this is something you like to talk about or not, but since it came up a couple times that she had you go to rehab, and she says you're a drug addict. Did you have an addiction problem at some point?
I mean, not really. Like, I've played with drugs and stuff, but most of the things that I did, like, I did my hardest drugs before 9th grade. I was like a raver when I was like 14. So I tried acid. I tried, I don't know. I tried things when I like before,
Like a
literally
lot of
before high
people
school.
experiment with stuff.
And
Yeah.
then I made like a 180. Like I was on Dean's List. I did indoor outdoor track. I got into GW early acceptance. I was in all honors or AP classes. Like, and then I like relaxed a little bit and like smoked weed and drink sometimes, but no, not like no. Answer is no.
Mm-hmm. Have you had feedback about that video from other people? Like either
Yes.
people that listen to your videos or people like in
Yes,
real life.
but I'm asking you for your feedback.
I know. I was just curious.
No, I've gotten a lot of feedback, and I also sent you that video like 4 days ago, and you still haven't watched it. But okay. So what did you think?
You sent me this video that we watched 4 days ago?
I think so.
Oh, I don't remember that. I'm sorry if you did.
Don't
I
be.
didn't see it. Sorry.
I'm just saying it's the first video. I did a interview with someone recently. It's the first video where someone kind of publicly with a huge amount of a huge audience is like found me and is like standing up for me and saying things that like I can't say, or somehow like there's some stuff it's hard to say.
Right. And it would, I assume that's harder too, that it's because your sister is someone who has a big platform, that has a lot of people watch her videos, and and she's famous. So
well, that's one thing that I think he pointed out that I thought was important, and the person I interviewed the other day said the same. Like, because he found me through an MLC podcast, funny enough,
Mhm.
in 2020, and it was called Justice for Eric Cummings. And this was when my dad's stuff was going on. And he was like, Ashley, I remember you looked crazy, but we all thought you were crazy because that's all Whitney ever said. And
Mhm.
she has all these big microphones, and she's on Joe Rogan and Howard Stern and Mark Maron and this and this and this. And you're just like this person on YouTube with like 500 subscribers, like screaming, but no
Yeah.
one's
Well,
listening to you.
I
It's
would
like, but you
assume.
always
Yeah.
you've always said the same truth.
Well, I agree with Haley when you were on Haley's show the first time. Like, I think you've come off a lot better lately, and I would think a lot of that is what you're saying. So your sister's out there on these giant shows, so you'd have a lot of pent up things to say. You know
Well,
what I mean?
that's what
Because you're
Kevin
someone on
Brennan
a big
said. He was like,
platform.
Ashley, she has a Wikipedia. She's going on Jay Leno and all these other shows. No one gets to hear your side of the story.
Right.
And her
And
side of the story is an aggressive smear campaign.
so, you know what I mean? Like the first time you come out there, it's like, why you have all these things to say. And I think in the last few months, like you could say it like more calmly. You know what I mean? Now that you know these platforms. I don't get it. She probably heard all good comics have trauma, so she had to make some up. That's messed
Well,
up.
that's another thing. It was like we grew up poor, all these like weird lies. And like one thing she texted me verbatim, and facts are not defamation. I have the text. Ashley, I lied and I got away with it. And I was like, uh, first of all, the first thought was like, what do I do with that information? And the next was like, yeah, but do you understand your lies implicate our whole family? My mom and my dad were alive at this time, and myself. And like, do you think about anyone but you? I mean, like, so you had to have a story to tell. Like, I grew up poor and this and this and this and this, and from an alcoholic home. My mom drank. My dad did not drink. My mom drank, but she wasn't like what's the word I'm looking for? She wasn't like a crazy alcoholic. She didn't get nasty. She didn't hit us. I mean, she would. This is what my mom. They want to. I love my mom, but this is one of the saddest stories, but probably the most dramatic. Do you remember? Are you old enough
I'm
to
older than you.
remember when there were landlines?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I grew up with, a landline. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, but like
Yeah,
not
where
the.
I had a rotary phone where you do.
I remember rotaries, but I'm not
Yeah.
talking about those. I'm just talking about like my mom had a kitchen phone
Yeah.
with the thing, and it was just you pick it up, like it rings and
Yeah,
you
of
pick it
course.
up.
Right.
I don't know if people even have landlines now.
Uh-huh.
But my mom would drink, and the worst is she was a bit sloppy, but this was like one of the worst things that happened. She answered the phone because she was drunk, like kind of too fast, and gave herself a black eye.
I
But
don't
that's
laugh
just
about that.
sad. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
it's like, and one time, like I brought my friend over, and it was like I was a senior in senior in high school, and graduation was coming up, and she was like, and she invited my friend and I over to have a glass of champagne. We're under 21, but it was one glass, whatever. But we get there, and my mom sits down in her own chair, like she had like bar stool chairs in her Georgetown place, and falls over on the floor, and it was like 6 p.m. And like that kind of stuff was embarrassing, and like, but mostly it was like you have this instinct, like because it's your mom. It's like one time she tried to switch a light bulb when she was drunk, and the light bulb came down. Things like this. But she would always try to hide it and think like she wasn't. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't like she didn't scream. She didn't like drive drunk. She didn't like. I mean, I'm sure she did that a couple times, but I don't know. But she wasn't like she didn't like beat us, like nothing like this. She was just I
I
think
mean,
after she divorced my
just so you
dad,
know,
she was
my
kind of
grandfather,
lonely,
my
and
grand, I grew up with a single mom and my grandparents, and my grandfather died when I was young, but he drank from when he got up till he would go to sleep, and so he was definitely alcoholic, but he was never mean or yelled at anybody, hit anybody, or anything like that. So I understand what you're
like I remember talking to this guy that was in AA, and I told him the story about my mom falling over on the chair, and he's like, "Do you realize that just saying that is like super painful and embarrassing for you?" Like,
saying.
and it was, but it was also like just pick mom up. You know what I mean? And she didn't get crazy like that often, but I do remember the phone. And the phone thing was when we had like that was like I don't know. I was like 12 or 13. The light bulb thing was like I was 16. The falling on the chair was like I don't know, 17, 18, like senior in high school. But she was like, you know, it was mostly sad because I felt like she chose drinking instead of like finding and like my dad remarried twice after they divorced. But like I feel like the drinking got in a way of her having a real relationship, which was the saddest part.
Mhm. So what would you? Because you even said earlier, like part of you still sometimes like maybe we could be friendly, your sister, you and your sister. What would you want to happen now?
So Ryan is here, a lot of Sonar is here. Um uh the last time that Whitney and we always got reunited. It sounds so gay or lame. I don't know. But
I'm an age where when we were kids, like when you said gay, it wasn't necessarily, it meant like lame. Exactly. It wasn't,
no, I'll say naive of me.
all right.
So when my sister comes back into my life, I'll get excited because it's my sister.
Mhm.
And then I won't think about stuff because it's like, actually, we're gonna be sisters forever, and this and this and this. So it's like, as much as I'm an adult, I've always had this like soft spot for my sister, if you will, and I trust it. I trusted her, past tense. And so the last time things happened, I told like every single one of my closest friends, including people that are in this chat, said, Ashley, please be careful. Please be careful. And these are people that want nothing more than my sister and I to be reunited and
Mhm.
like have a happy ever after, right? But they also know my sister and they've seen my sister. These are some people that I've known since 8th grade. We've known since 8th grade. Whitney's 12 months younger than me. Um, but I was telling someone before this live, someone who's a witness to a lot of stuff. And by the way, Whitney, if you're ever watching this, the deposition that happens next is public record and they ask you everything. Anyway, I was talking to my friend before this, and I was like, one of the friends was like, be careful. And I remember saying, every time I go to her house, she gives me like clothes and purses and jewelry and da da da. Da. And he said, Ashley, I don't care what she gives you material. You need to have the money that she owes you or the house that she owes you, whatever version you want it. But
Mhm.
she doesn't get to keep stealing your life. And that's more what this is about. The pattern of uprooting Ashley and like throwing Ashley to the fucking fire with both of our parents and then uprooting Ashley again and then cutting off her knees and like it's just a series of things that are I feel like it was good introduction to do this video because someone finally saw things that are hard for me to speak. One therapist that I've had that I appreciate incessantly was like, Ashley, something happened to you that had to do with betrayal at an age where you didn't know how to like verbalize betrayal. And so somewhere between 7 and 10 years old. So betrayal is a huge thing for me and I kind of get like choked up is the word. Like when it comes to that because it's just the ultimate betrayal over and over. So to answer your question, what I would like is a fair amount of what both of our parents demanded or
Mhm.
what their last their final wishes were that were written very clearly, which will be a nice segue to what you're about to read, to happen. And then I don't know, being cute here, but plus fucking interest, bitch. It's been too long and too fucking much, and it's rude, it's crude, and it's completely unnecessary. So the next thing that Neil has is my one thing. We'll just bring this up. Facts. My mom kept asking me for 13 years where her 401k was, where her this was, where her that was. And again, like to a certain point, I trusted my sister was taking care of these things. She was not. So I hadn't spoken to my sister in years and I didn't know what to tell my mom. I'm like, Mom, I'm sure Whitney's on it, you know? Um, and I get a letter when I live in Venice, in my Venice apartment, which we'll talk about in the next video. I'm living in Venice for like 2.5 years, and I get a letter in the mail. It's one of the strangest, like the verbiage of the letter was very interesting. We have reason to believe that you're related to Patricia Cumming. Don't forget, my dad is Cummings with the S. My mom is Cumming without the S. We have reason to believe you're related to Patricia Cumming. Da 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 da. Please contact us. And thankfully, there's
Was
so
that
many
her?
angels.
I'm
What?
sorry. Was that her maiden name?
Yes, my
That's
mother's
really wild.
maiden name
That's
is
really wild. Yeah.
Cummin. She died Patricia Cumming, Cumming, and my father is Eric Lynn Cummings, Cumming. I know, right?
Yeah.
But don't worry, there's no like there's no inbred things happening, I'm sure.
No. I thought it was actually it's kind of cute that they have such similar last names. Yeah.
I would always, and I will say, like, my sister and I laughed about this a lot. Like, thank God we have the S. The S isn't much better, but Cumming, Ashley Cumming.
Right. Yeah.
It was easy though. Anyway, let's stick to the topic.
All right.
So, what was I just saying before you interrupted me so rudely? I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah.
Oh, the Venice
Multiple
apartment.
coming is better
So
than
I
coming.
get this letter, and thankfully there are so many angels. And when you stick to your intuition, when you stick to your heart, angels will not only show up, they will have always been there. Example, Cynthia Bain. I hope you're here. I love you. Cynthia Bain worked for my father before we were born and babysat us as children. I've known Cynthia Bain since before I was born, and she's someone that I speak to regularly. Say that 3 times fast, regularly.
Me right now?
Yes, please.
Regularly, yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy.
Can you do it 3 times fast?
Regularly.
So I speak to her on a regular basis. And I ask, she's kind of like a mentor mom person to me. And I sent her a picture of this letter, and I said, because I'm always nervous people are coming after me for money, right? So I was like, what is this? And she goes, Ashley, it says Lincoln benefit. So I'm pretty sure it's money. My mom is like in the last stages. It was like 2 months before she was put on a ventilator, but like she was just like hard to get in touch with. I basically had to go there to get to see her, but like she half the time she didn't have her phone. I would call Hannah Myers, who wrote this. I would call Hannah and be like, yo, is my mom's phone charged? Like I can't get her on the phone. And she's like, hold on, Ash, I'll go check. She was the best. And she is the best. And she's also a witness. And so I finally get on the phone with them, and they're like, we can't speak to you. We can only speak to Patty. And I'm like, well, she's in a pretty compromised situation for 12 years now. And they're like, well, we have her money, and we've been looking for her for 13 years. Like, I know mom's money wasn't important to Whitney. It's little money to Whitney, but that was what was like my mom worked her whole life for.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how much interest comes off after 13 years? And they called my sister. They had her address, both of them. They sent letters. I just was thoroughly disgusted, like to my core, that Whitney would do this. And I know if my mom's asking me every time I go there, where's her 401k? Where's this? Where's that? She's absolutely asked my sister. Like, what? You're just going to leave money there? Like, and the interest is crazy. So I said, I can call my mom's cell phone, but I'm not sure she's going to answer. Will that work? Because we were just trying to get the money out that they've been looking to pay her for 13 fucking years. So we had to coordinate a call. My mom actually answered, and I go, Mom, I have Lincoln Benefit on the phone. They need you to give them permission to speak to me. And then Hannah came in from her office, so Hannah was the executive director of the Commons, which is where my mother lived for the last 6 years of her life. And she witnessed this phone call and everything. And so Lincoln Benefit equals Allstate. Can you please read Hannah's witness statement?
Yeah. Whom it may concern, attention Allstate. Dear Allstate, thank you for your concernment and your time. My name is Hannah Myers, and I am the former executive director of the Commons at Woodland Hills Assisted Living, where Patricia Cumming was previously a resident before passing on December 13th, 2022. I was also alongside Ashley Cummings, who was manager of Patricia Cummings Hospice, as her daughter and family friend. On or about November 1st, 2022, in the last week of Patricia's life, Ashley Cummings received a letter from Lincoln Benefit regarding monies being held for Patricia. I'm writing you today as Ashley's witness that Patricia Cummings, who was hardly able to use her phone and mostly bedbound, with Ashley's assistance, was able to finally receive benefits being held for over 13 years. I helped coordinate the phone call, and Patricia was very clear. This is quote, all and everything to my daughter Ashley, my beneficiary.
All and everything, or all, I believe it's all and all monies.
All and everything to my daughter Ashley, my beneficiary. Please feel free to contact me with any questions, and I hope this can be resolved expeditiously for everyone concerned. Expeditiously, yes. I said that wrong, but you're here to fix it. Thank you again for your time, and I'm not saying it 3 times fast. Patricia was very clear that her daughter Ashley Cummings is the sole beneficiary of any monies you have. These were part of her final wishes, and I am a witness. Hannah Myers.
Any thoughts on that?
So that was sent to
That's something that's part of the lawsuit. So she's one of the witnesses that will be deposed. And the deposition will be public record. It just is. It's not like you can choose whether the deposition is public or not.
Right.
But every witness is solid. Which is something that I'm wondering why my sister wants to continue with this. Like Hannah goes to church every Sunday. Not saying that you have to go to church to have a connection with God. I don't go to church every Sunday.
Or be honest or anything. Yeah.
Right. Or be a decent human being. But she's like sober. I don't know. I think for me, I don't know why, like, because I smoke weed and drink wine a little bit and like stuff like that, but she's impenetrable. All of them. The 3 major witnesses are impenetrable, and they've all witnessed her, not only just her behavior, like when she banged on the door at 2 in the morning of my mom's nursing home, and Hannah's like at home, and the security guard's like, Whitney Cummings is outside banging on the door of the nursing home, like screaming that she needs to see her mother. And Hannah's like, Ash, I just got a call at 3 a.m. that your sister is banging on the door. Another time she showed up, and my mom's in the same place for 6 years. You have to understand that. Before she was in a place for 4 years. My sister like shows up at 3 in the afternoon and couldn't find the front door.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Well, no, it does if you're doing drugs.
If you're never there.
But Hannah's like, Hannah started like calling me like, Ash, Whitney's outside like the side of the community, like she's looking for the front door. I was like, I don't know what to tell you. But this is story after story after story after story. But yeah, I guess if you were going to say something after the video that you saw tonight and the bit that you know me, like, what would you say if this was a court of public opinion? I don't even know if that's a proper question to ask, but.
Well, I think I don't understand her motivation because I don't know how to word this. Is that it's not a lot of money to her, as you said, but it would, be a lot of money for you. You know what I mean? And it was your parents' wishes, your mother's wish.
Well, again, I'm not asking for I want to make this less about money.
I understand.
I've never asked her for a penny. Literally, not even when we were kids, like for bubble gum. The only thing I've ever done in terms of money is what my sister has told me to do. But this is regarding our parents' wishes. That's just ridiculous. Um, and whether she had, 20 grand or 50 grand or what she has publicly, 35 million, the right thing is the right thing.
Of course.
My sister is all about control. She's literally said to me more times than I can remember, money equals freedom. So part of me, to answer your question, but my mind doesn't work this way. She doesn't want to give me freedom because she sees money as freedom. So if she gives me money, then that's giving me freedom. But that's the dark side of this.
Mhm.
She's all about control. I mean, there was no reason not to pay for my mom's stuff, my dad's stuff, and like she says publicly that she did out of pocket, which is all lies. Um, but there's no reason. Let's say my parents did left me nothing. Let's say
Mhm.
that. And let's say she hates me for whatever reason. Let's say that. Even then, why would you not just like take care of your little sister, which is opposite of the truth. I've never asked her for help. I didn't want to move to LA. I didn't want to be uprooted from my Venice place because she was going crazy on my upstairs neighbor's door. That'll be the next episode. Um, and that's a long, stupid story. Um, but she makes these choices in like the moment, and she doesn't realize it's like she doesn't realize people are people, like that affects people's lives. So now what I'm asking for is just what my parents had and that she's taken, and for her to return it.
I mean, a lot of it just seems cruel on her end.
I don't disagree. It was hard for me to see that for a very long time. I just couldn't believe it. I thought it was me, like I thought like I'm just like so I don't know. I don't even know, unpalatable, what? Like, she hates me so much. And it would like, for years I'd go to my mom and I'd be like, so how's Wit? Like we would just talk to each other through our parents, like, which was probably very sad for them as well. But it was never on me. Like I remember leaving Whitney gifts. I just remember this. I would go to my mom's nursing home and I would leave like a card with like a necklace or like a bracelet or like a crystal. And like I'd try to like, like reach out to her. And I'd go back to mom's like a week later and it was just sitting there. And I know Whitney had been there in that time.
Mhm. Were you close at all, like as kids?
We were thick as thieves. Like she was my little sister. And things were a bit chaotic in our household growing up, but my whole thing was protecting my sister. So she's like 12, we're a year apart.
Mhm.
And yeah, we were the bestest of friends. I beat kids up for her. I mean, like there was no version of me not. But like for example, these like older kids in our school during recess, who the fuck has metal slides and has recess at 12 o'clock? But that was what was up in the 90s. And so they pushed my sister down a slide. Remember the metal slides?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
at
of
like
course. Yeah,
100,000 degrees at 12
yeah, yeah.
p.m.
Uh-huh.
And I saw these three kids, and they were 3 grades old. I was in third grade or fourth grade, and they were like sixth, seventh grade. And one of them pushed my sister down the slide. I beat them all up, but I put one of them in the hospital.
Oh God.
Like that's how intensely protective I was of my sister. And again, I had no idea she was ever competing with me or she ever thought I was like cooler than her or whatever the stuff she says is. I was just always like trying to be the best big sister that I could be.
When did you and your sister like not get along? When did that all start?
When I transferred, I started at GW, George Washington University, for my first year of college. And then I transferred to University of Miami. And something did shift there. Like she wasn't thrilled I was moving to Florida, but I also had half an academic scholarship. And I like one of my best friends was there, Stacy Rappaport. And I wanted to go to Miami. I wanted a different thing. And also I liked warm weather and stuff like this. so I remember like my mom had like a going away party and she gave me like all this stuff and it was just kind of like I know my sister really well, but like I won't say I know her really well. I know some of her quirks or she gave me like a bunch of like CVS like shampoos and condition like she wasn't happy I was leaving and there was like kind of a tone shift. But then we kept talking when I was in Miami and and then like we sort of and then she went to Temple University and then to UPenn and we like kind of like didn't talk as much and my mom one time called me and I was like what's up with Whitney, like I haven't talked to her, like she's not answering her phone, blah blah. And she goes, Ashley, your sister's afraid you're going to die. And I was like, what? She's like, your eating disorder is scaring your sister and she thinks that you're going to die, so she doesn't want to speak to you because of your eating disorder. And I was like, she has an eating disorder too. That doesn't even make sense. And she's been a very open and public about this.
Right, right. I also don't
So,
really understand if she was concerned, why she wouldn't want to talk to you then. You would think you would want to talk to you to help
but it
you.
was also very fucking dramatic. Whitney thinks you're gonna die, so she has to
Yeah, that's
separate
very
herself. And I'm like, this is one way we're super opposite. If I thought my sister was gonna die, I'd
that's
be
what
on a
I was
flight to
immediately I would think.
Philadelphia.
Right, right. I'm very close to my brother. Honestly, if even if I wasn't that very close, if I thought a relative was going to die or a friend or somebody I knew, the first thing I would want to do is try to help them as opposed to like separate and have nothing to do with them.
Yeah, it's like a weird response. And that was before she got like super famous. I think her biggest thing was punked or whatever. Um, how many times? So the reaching out goes in and out since 2011 when I moved here. The last time I reached out was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I said, "Can we again?" And because also my attorney said like mediation is what you want. You know, like if we didn't have to have attorneys, that would be ideal. If I never spoke about this again, that would be dreamy and ideal. But so the more attempts that you make to settle with someone out of court, the more that it's kind of like respected or whatever. So 2 or 3 weeks ago, I believe I said, again, can we please settle out of court? And she goes, um, can you please just sue me in court with proof like everyone else? And I was like, "Ugh." She doesn't even get how expensive attorneys are. Like she doesn't get how hard it is to get an attorney. And the last attorney I had literally died. I like, I wouldn't make it up, but he died.
Mhm.
Um, and so now I'm talking to like a few, but it's like it's an annoying thing to go through again, but I'm not backing down and I'm not giving up. Um,
I mean, honestly,
it's
that's
for so
usually
many
like
reasons.
what like a corporation or a bigger entity hopes is that the smaller person just gives up because it costs a lot of money
Well, I
to be in
honestly
court.
don't think my sister understand. Like she was like, court is
So it's
free.
more
I was
just
like, what court is free?
she seems
Court
kind of
is
out of
not
touch
free.
with like what a normal person lives. I guess I don't know.
She doesn't do anything by herself. She has people
Mhm.
do everything for her. So yeah, she is a bit out of touch. I mean,
It
like I
just
was
seems
think
weird anyway. Why would you even want to go to court if you could, especially with your own sister? Like, when you rather just
and she's
get it
doing, I
over
mean,
with?
like this is, she's also involved like with other things. It's like, why would you want to,
Yeah, why prolong it? Just get it over with and move on.
I don't know. That's why we're doing this right now.
Mhm.
But we got a lot covered in some at Fried Plantain Comedy. Thank you so much. I wish I could get in touch with you to like thank you personally, but like thank you. And thank all of you, the record keepers. Thank you, Neil, for being here. And thank you all for watching. And thank you all for being here before I even had a voice. And that's the important thing. I think that's what she's been afraid of for a while, that like I wouldn't have a voice. Because she did cut my vocal cords off several times. So thank all of you guys that are here in every way. There's not really words. It makes my eyes water. Say something, Neil.
Thanks everyone for watching, and I thank and also thanks for trusting me to have some control of the of your page here.
No, you were awesome. Thank you. Give us the plugs. I know you're the new co-host of the Tommy Jordan show that's taking a what is it?
It's
3
on
more
it's on a
days on the
hiatus,
break?
I believe. Right,
Small
hiatus.
hiatus, but you guys will
Yeah,
be back
I
soon, right?
yeah, I believe so. Yeah, we'll be back soon. And, maybe there's a bidding war between Ashley and Tommy. No, I there's enough nasty Neil to go around here.
Oh my gosh. Well, I didn't want to say that. I don't know if Tommy Jordan's still listening, but I might be stealing your co-host. Oh,
No offense to Tommy, but a little nicer to look
he
at.
does do much different hours than me, to be
No,
fair.
no, yeah, I like Tommy a lot. I have a lot of fun with Tommy on the show. I've always considered myself fringe in the Dabbleverse. I would come and go. I'd like be around for a little bit, then I'd leave for a while. But this is the longest I've been around.
Well, you were saying like I feel like the dabble you said can I say something you said privately or no?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Like maybe I shouldn't do another show like the Dabbleverse is gonna get sick of me. I was like, pretty sure that's not true. Like I'm pretty sure like the Dabbleverse really likes you. You're very even keeled. You're very what's the word? You're not too like you know what I mean? Like I think you're perfect.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But I do think it took me a little while to figure out because I'm not like I'm not going insane on shows. I'm not screaming. I don't get wasted and collapse on the show and so I think
Which leads to
I'm
DV burnout real quick, right?
right. Yeah, yeah. So I think I'm a voice of reason in the Dabbleverse.
I agree. Thank
And
you
I
guys
do.
for being here. What show when are you and Tommy back?
Probably I think this coming weekend he'll be back. And I'm live
Wednesday or
Thursdays on
Thursday?
Without Your Head. Yeah.
Yeah, what are your shows? What are your plugs?
Plug. So Without Your Head is my site, withoutyourhead.com. So you can check me out there live on Thursdays. And I pop up every once in a while. And I also do a pro wrestling show, but I don't talk about that a lot. But.
I'm into pro wrestling more than
Oh,
horse.
really? All right. So yeah, I use a totally different name on the wrestling show. So you can check that on Tuesdays on IYH Wrestling.
IYH
Yeah,
Wrestling?
In Your Head. So it's In Your Head, the wrestling show, and Without Your Head, the horror show.
Okay,
All very
loves. Have an
confusing.
amazing evening.
And you can see me here on the Ashley Cummings.
Yeah, Tommy. Wait, is Tommy here? Tommy, yeah, I might be stealing yo man.
Whoa.
Tommy's gonna get so upset.
Yeah, I hope someone clips some of this and sends it to Stuttering John too. That'd be.
I
pretty
hope
funny.
no one clips any of this. And what about Stuttering John?
No, just a couple of the questions for Stuttering John. I'd like him to hear.
Okay, so
he posted a picture of me on his show the other day, and it was clearly a picture where I was kidding. I'm wearing a mullet wig with like the sun shining behind me and like a bandana. It's clearly not to be taken very seriously. And he's like, what's he think? He's some kind of model. And I was like, my God, he's so stupid. And then
okay.
so I went into his chat and he doesn't have me blocked, but he has me silenced on both my Nasty Neil that I usually chat with and the Without Your Head. So just to throw this out there, I think he's a big pussy boy, as he likes to call people.
Wait, hold on. There's like 3 different things that we have to talk about
All right,
real quick before we really have to go. But we do like this bandana look, right?
I like that bandana. Yeah.
Thank you. First of all, I'm going to say this real quick. If you guys have questions for Stuttering John, put it in my DMs because there's something we might be working on and I'm talking funny for a reason. Did you hear
right?
what I said?
You're all choked up. Yeah.
I'm not choked up. You know, I've had a cough for like 6 weeks.
I know. It was a joking. Yeah, you were coughing pretty bad earlier.
Shut up. That's rude. So there might be an opportunity to do that if the window is open for a very small period of time. And then, guys, quite frankly, I'm not.
You're muted.
No, I'm not muted.
Oh.
I'm. There are
You turned
people
into a
that are deaf,
mime.
Neil, that can
Uh-huh.
read lips.
Oh, but yeah, that's John started doing this to cover up.
So there's that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you were. I don't want to speak derogatorily about anyone at this juncture, but you were saying something about someone.
No, I mean, I don't even talk to the guy. I don't know.
Oh, he posted a picture of you, and
Yeah, on his
why were you
show.
on his radar?
It's a public picture. He has me blocked everywhere. So one of his minions sent it to him. He said it on the show, like Ditka, I think, sent it to him.
I have
And
no idea.
it's clearly a joke. Like I said, I'm wearing a long blonde mullet wig with a bandana and like the sun over my head, like. And I wrote that I used my acting training to grow my hair out, which clearly is not like serious. You can't, even if you're, a great actor, you can't just be like, boom, and you grow your hair out. That's not, really going to happen. So he posted that on his show and he was just like, what does he think? He's some kind of model or something? And basically what I'm saying is he's a buffoon.
Because he doesn't respect that you were in your actor mode,
Exactly.
craft, that it's an art. He doesn't
Right.
even understand that.
Uh-huh.
There are many things I'm sure that man does not understand. Anything you would like to say? Where can people send you money?
Yeah, you can. I have Super Tip at Without Your Head, or you can
You have
Venmo.
super tips?
I do.
I'm thinking about that. Do you like it?
I need to learn how to do the voices. Right now they can just send me like the maybe I don't know what I'm doing yet because I just got it. But
When did you get it?
I got it a couple weeks ago, but I just set it up recently. And so right now they can just send me almost like the super chats, like the text. I don't know how to do the voice thing.
Cool. Well, let me know how that goes. And thank you guys for being here. Don't forget headbands work, positive pants, even in your birthday suit. Anything else you want to plug? Oh, you didn't say where you. Oh, super tips. What is your super tips?
At Without Your Head. So supertip.gg.
So you left the whore out of that one. Interesting. Oh, you didn't have enough space, did you?
Yeah, so why? Yeah, I don't want people to type out too many words, and it gets confusing. Yeah.
You could have.
But yeah,
just
earlier
used
when I was trying to give Ashley my
WHORE.
emails,
What?
yeah, when I was trying to give you the email to add me onto your StreamYard, you kept writing in. Yeah, I was like, no, don't put a W in there.
Well, I mean, who thinks of horror? I mean, like I have
Well, who
horrors on
thinks
my
horror?
mind. Me.
I
love
All
horrors.
right, well, fair enough. All right.
Okay.
I was. What do you think
What?
of I had this idea on Tom, which I'll be back on Tommy, but what instead of DoorDash, HorDash. So would you invest any investors out there in HorDash? So it would bring the whore right to your door, right to your house. It's like DoorDash instead of food. It's HorDash.
Oh God, you're gonna keep me on here for another 15 minutes because you just pissed me off. Okay, first of all, are you just thinking about an escort service?
I'm
Are you,
basically, but I'm really just being
Okay,
stupid.
be quiet. Let me ask the full question,
Okay.
please. Or are you just thinking about? Are you thinking about someone like hot delivering food? Are you
Oh
thinking
wow, I didn't even
about?
think of that.
You were just literally thinking about an escort business.
Right. To be honest, I just thought it sounded funny and I was being stupid, but I like the idea more. Like, yeah, it could be like, yeah, like someone dressed very provocatively or slutty, as some people would say, delivering food. Maybe that's a better.
But you're thinking of the age-old idea, which is like basically being a pimp, whore to
right,
your door.
Big pimping, yeah, nasty Neil, yeah.
But what?
I like that HorDash sounded like DoorDash, and I thought it was a stupid idea.
That's all you got?
Basically, yeah. That's
Okay.
pretty much all my ideas.
Well, Neil, it's been real.
It's been a good time. And by the way, for you were saying about, I don't know what we're gonna do for the Valentine's show. We could do it on here. We could do it on my channel. Whatever. We could do it on both channels. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
But you've established there's going to be vampires involved.
Yeah. Well, the vampire
That's
thing.
why I
will be,
thought Halloween. There we go.
well, we're gonna do a vampire show in February. You can be on that if you like, or we can do a separate one, just me and you for Valentine, if you would like.
Hold on. Can you read what Ryan said, please?
Daydream Bunny, is that who the Ryan is? Ash, tell him they have to see each other at the Slammer. Inside joke. I have no idea what this means.
You do. You thought about Hordash and you're thinking that Hordash doesn't even rhyme, by the way. Whore to your door.
No,
is a
it rhymes with
slogan.
DoorDash.
What?
No, whore doesn't rhyme with dash, but instead of DoorDash, it's Hordash. It rhymes with DoorDash.
DoorDash,
Mm-hmm.
Hordash.
Right.
Oh, you're stealing the thing that doesn't rhyme. DoorDash doesn't rhyme.
No, but Hordash rhymes with DoorDash.
Again, you're stealing the thing that doesn't rhyme. Oh, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Door.
right. But why not? And guys, watch me figure out this name in like less than 60 seconds.
All right. We'll get the timer out.
Why not door whore? That
Door
actually
whore.
rhymes.
Yeah, but see,
Door whores.
Hordash, because people already have that ingrained in their brain, DoorDash, so Hordash.
No
But
one has that
Hordor?
ingrained in their brain unless
Yeah,
they're
of course,
you. I
DoorDash.
avoid DoorDash. Do you want to know why? The app
I
is
don't
annoying.
use it either. We don't have it here, but
So
I live in a
stop
small
thinking
town.
it's
We don't have
some
it.
mainstream thing. You want to deliver hookers.
DoorDash is pretty mainstream.
Yeah, fine, but so is Uber Eats. So
Yeah, but
Schuber Seats.
yeah, but there's no whore doesn't rhyme in Uber Eats.
It could get so much better than what did you call it? Hordash.
Hordash.
So Hordash sounds like the bitch is in a hurry. First of all,
Right, it's like
You
a
know?
race.
So like when you think about your menu of services, you have to consider the name of your company. I mean, it's
Maybe this will
a
be like.
decent tagline in a way.
Can we get the Hordash in the Olympics? It'll be like a
Like
sprint.
like a sprint, exactly, right?
All
And
right.
when someone has a whore, like not all of them want it to be. Yeah, I don't know. You got to work on this idea, Neil.
All right. We'll talk about off
Like
air.
hose to doze.
What?
It
do have a
rhymes.
rap-
At least it rhymes with something that is not a company that no one will understand. Even okay, like Pixar. That's an old name. I don't know what they're doing now, but like trying to rhyme something with something that's gonna like inevitably be obsolete, like DoorDash. It's
Mhm.
kind of stupid thing to put your company on. I don't mean to be rude. I
All
said
right.
hose to
I
doze.
already invested my life savings into this.
I said hose to doze.
Hose
But
to
you have to
doze.
you have to like have an accent with it.
All right.
But that
How about
actually rhymes.
you brought up rotary phones earlier?
Whores with schmore.
S'mores? S'mores and whores? Be like a magazine? S'mores and whores? I don't know. Maybe that works. It's like a camping deal.
Now I kind of want to figure out a way, like a service that brings, and could be men too, by the way, that brings an escorts to dorts. I was gonna say escort to dorts. I'm trying to like figure out a name for you. You're welcome.
I have a name, Hordash.
Whores
Oh.
never snore.
Whores never
Because it could be a
snore.
24-hour service. Wait,
Uh-huh.
what?
That does. I mentioned earlier.
But I don't like the word whore. It should be like
You're the one who's brought it up like 85 times.
that was your fucking thing. Whore to dash or whatever the fuck
No,
you
you
called it.
brought it up. The horrors.
Stop
right away.
trying to
when
make
let's
up
talk about
history.
horror.
Everyone can play this tape back. I have an idea.
It was before we even went live. You were bringing up horrors when we were when I was giving you my email address.
You're being weird.
No, because you thought it was horror or horrors or I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
All right, how about rotary phones?
Ladies,
Oh, okay.
ladies, coming shadies. No. I mean, it rhymes though.
I'm thinking about rotary
No
phones.
shady ladies
No shady lady.
at your
That's kinda nice.
dadies.
That's very. That could be like the tagline, not necessarily the name of the company.
This is getting ridiculous.
I think
Are
it
whores
started
even
ridiculous.
legal? Is sex
No,
working
no,
even legal where you are?
no.
So how are you planning to get around that?
Yeah, I mean, it was never really going to happen. I just thought it was funny, basically. But
Now you're making me think of a Dunkin' Donuts word that anyway, we should end this.
Boston runs on Dunkin's.
Boston runs on.
Yeah, but Dunkin' Donuts is big here.
I understand. I'm trying to come up with some kind of stupid sexual thing. Boston runs on hand jobs. That doesn't rhyme. Do you have one?
No, I'm gonna have to think of this. But I would also thought rotary phone. How about we could bring back the rotary phone? Like you could have a rotary cell phone.
How does that work?
I don't know, it'd just be like big and bulky, and you have to go like this when you text people.
I don't love
Look,
that.
Daydream Bunny. Thank you, Hordash. I've got a fan here, Hordash.
Daydream Bunny also wants to open Demonic Chicken.
Well,
Daydream Bunny, what I'm saying is it doesn't rhyme. Like there's not a jingle. Like it should be catchy. Look, we've got time, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. We don't have to rush into Hordash. We can figure it out.
Wait, I like Boston runs on hand jobs. Wait, handies is a thing. I was talking to one of my friends and I was confused about all of his public sexual things. And he was like, like, but in Uber rides, you can't really get a BJ. You can just get a handy. I'm like, what? Like, but he's not talking about like he's talking about shared rides with a stranger. And he's like, I'm like, how do you meet someone and be in the car with them for 18 minutes? Daydream Bunny, Denver to Denver. Think San Jose to San Jose. But you meet someone within 15 minutes and get a handy from that? Like, I don't. Some of y'all wild out there.
Uh-huh. Well, where was this happening?
In Denver, in San Jose,
Oh, I gotta get
lots
to
of
Denver.
places.
Yeah.
That's an inside joke, kind of. Thank you so much for being here, Neil. You
I had a good time.
rule. Hi, Frank. No, we're done. We were coming up with names for his new business. He wants to become a pimp. I'm not sure he's going to get that far because that's just
You're
my
squashing my
prediction.
dreams here, Ashley.
No, I mean, I wish you the best. I'm trying to help
Okay.
you squashing your
Thank
dreams.
you. Thank you.
I feel like I've spent 30 extra minutes trying to help you with a catchy
Yeah,
idea.
I complete and total nonsense. So yeah.
But also, once you told me it's not legal there, I can't YouTube terms of service, so I cannot even
That's
be
right.
having this
That
conversation.
makes it fine then. Yeah.
What?
That makes it all okay if you just add YouTube terms of service. I've learned that in the Dabbleverse.
Well, I was saying YouTube terms of service, dude. I can't help you any further be involved in illegal activity.
All right. Did you take notes on all those things with John, like the strawberry shortcake and the there was no, I did not see the Houdini at the Magic Castle. Now that I think about it, that was not.
Oh my God, I
in
heard
the
a
room.
different version of Houdini. I can't. I'll tell you
Yeah,
later.
I don't think his version of it was actually correct. I think that's something else. But
Okay. Let's talk about it later.
all
right, guys. Thank you for being here. Have an amazing evening and a better tomorrow. Thank you, Neil. Neil is Without Your Head Whore. HORROR at YouTube. And then you have a Rumble and then something else.
I don't have a Rumble, but yeah.
Twitter?
Just look up Without Your Head and I'll be on everything.
And
Instagram.
you can find him soon at wait, hold on. dirtywhore-.com.
I'm gonna go buy the URL.
Okay, bye guys. Thank you for being here.